Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Wantless, where I've been having a look at these gloves and trying to figure out whether we want to try to re-roll these neuro-spiked glovelets with their superior punch range and their, the value of being able to throw a punch for 1 AP. And I do wanna like make a point here. Even if we can't quite get the damage of these to half of the damage of our current gloves, there is still, even if it is an overall damage loss, there is still absolutely value in being able to throw 1 AP worth of punch to take out an enemy, or to, move an enemy over a threshold so something else will kill them in situations where we can't afford to spend the second, or where it would be best not to. So if it could just be close, that would be good enough for me. Right now it's not as close as I would like. And obviously, we can throw some rerolls on here. I definitely don't want to lose the +2 punch range. Like, I'd be very nervous about re-rolling this and having it come up tier 1 on that effect, which I'm sure is 1-to-1. But I'm looking at these damage values and trying to estimate, like, we would gain, if we gained 2 tiers on the damage of the neurospiked glovelets, how much more damage do I think that is? We could gain 3 tiers on these disturbing prosthetics. How much damage do I think that is? And this is complicated somewhat by the fact that re-rolling these items is not cheap. Unfortunately, this screen does not show us how many of the little reroll faces we have. Where are those stored? Okay, we have 17. That's not so bad. All right, but the main cost there is tokens. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. If I take off the other gloves, are the other gloves cheaper to reroll because they're not purple? They are absolutely cheaper to reroll. You know what? Let's give it a go here. Let's see what we get. Is there a way to just add rarity to this? It seems like no. All right, well, let's give it a swing here. See if we can get a better hit. Okay, so 62 to 82. That is tier 4. I have to imagine a really high tier version of this is going to end up being so superior in damage. Like, the value of plus 1 extra punch range is significant. I'm not going to pretend that it's not, but I think I'd really rather stick with these if I could just get a nice high roll on them. We'll take another crack or two at this. We don't have to spend all day on it. So that's a really bad one. That's almost... pretty close to the worst possible. Okay, so that's a 5. I mean, I can live with a 5, right? Given that this is now a 2-tier difference from what they were at the beginning, looking at the neurospiked glovelets and trying to, like, if we manage to get them up to tier 2, it is hard to imagine them gaining enough. The top end would have to go up by 12 points. Gosh, maybe it could. It is so many tokens just to try. I could spend some tokens to lock in the bonus punch range before we go throw in bones here. So Refine keeps what the modifiers are. Reforge would, I assume, just pull 3 new things out of a hat, and I don't think we want to do that. Although I will say, I don't really like the bonus punch damage. Like, we don't have a source of stun right now. We do have a source of oppress. Maybe we engrave the +2 punch range and then go for a full reforge, which is cheaper. Ah, what the hell? I'm going to try it. Lock in that punch range. Okay, punch range ain't going anywhere. Give me a total reforge. See, the preview doesn't show the punch range, but I'm going to trust preventing it from being further altered by other fusion recipes. I'm going to trust. Mostly we care about the damage, right? Ooh, that got worse. That is... Huh, for some reason hitting Alt is dragging the tooltip way off the side of the screen there. Yeah. That re-rolled it to a tier 1 and then picked the lowest top end value. That's pretty brutal. +1 interaction range is kind of cool. Bonus damage on targets affected by hyper empathy. I'm going to give it one more, at least one more. I would really like to see what the value is at a high end. Ooh, plus summon health is cool. This is very similar damage range to what we were seeing before, though. Yeah. I really wish... Okay, it shows you here. I really wish that this would just be up with your other stuff. So we got 9 left. We're going fishing. I just want to see a tier 4. You know, I just want to see what a tier 4 looks like. Bonus damage on opponents inflicted by poison is a little bit better for us, for sure. So that's a maximum tier 3. 36 at the top end. So we could reasonably guess, perhaps, that a reasonable, like, the tier 4 top end would be like 40. Honestly... So 2 punches here is 52. Again, if we are thinking about it jumping up like another 4 points, let's say, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 60 to 80. Like, I would absolutely take that. I know this is not quite the highest tier, but yeah, I would absolutely take that. I'm gonna... How many tokens do I want to spend on this? Let's give it 2 more. That's going to take us down to only 10k left, which is a lot to spend, but this is a pretty great item if we manage to get this, right? Oof. You know what I don't hate is plus 13% total discipline, if I'm being totally honest. Am I going to engrave that is the question. Because that's a significant amount of bonus discipline on a pretty good item. So right now, 2 punches, 23 to 32, the average is like, what, 28-ish? 27 and a half. So 2 punches averaging out about 56 damage, which is way, way, way below the average here. But it's got the extra range. It is +1 range relative to our current gloves. I might just wear them for now because the plus discipline thing is, I think, quite significant. And that's the highest tier of plus discipline. It's not a particularly high value in the highest tier, but still. And maybe we make decisions about whether we want to roll it more or whatever later. For right now, that's good enough to just wear it. That's what I'm thinking. That puts us over 10k. Gives us 1700 science to play with here. 1700 science, 1700 discipline. You know what I mean. So this totem Discipline weight 7, casting range 1. Okay, the difference between Rod Totem 1 and Rod Totem 2 is absolutely just an extra effect slot. Not nothing. Not nothing. What are we currently... Okay, a precise is what we're using for flashing arrow. So... +2 skill range with silence effect. It wouldn't actually change anything to equip this. There's not really any sense in doing it. What do I want to do with 1700? I mean, at the very least, it allows us to put Windy Blast back on our bar with all of our other stuff. You'd have a full casting bar for the first time in the game. But there's definitely more we can do with that. There are places where I have made small sacrifices that we could unmake. It is nice to have the gust, though. Certainly not going to complain about that. Like, I wonder what else would make sense to change. Like, there's stuff going on, like we have poison 1 on here instead of poison 2 or intoxicate, which might make even more sense. 16 to 25 damage, so it's a little worse until you get 2 stacks. Poison 2 is 48 to 76, is considerably better, but it's also 3 discipline weight higher. Honestly, this is probably still... You know, if I took the gust off the bar, we could upgrade this to poison 2. Alright, I might hold off on that. For right now, let's just put the gust on the bar, and I will figure out exactly what I want to do with more, with even more discipline later. And do we want to take a patient, or do we want to just go? We got some, like... absolutely fine gloves. Okay, so 1437 XP is certainly something. That's like maybe okay. And I feel like we saw... What is that? Oh, it creates an impulse. Okay. We saw on the map that the next area is still tier 3 to tier 4. Let's just move on now. None of the patients we had left in Hark were really like blowing my mind. You get better patience if you stay in a place long enough to level up your trust, I think, but you know, I tried. The city outskirts, still barren wasteland bridging residential and industrial districts. We're so close now. Yeah, one last stop. I could barely see my own hand in the fog. Are there still patients around to lift the lock? Few. Enough. Ladies, kids awake. Thought you'd want to greet them together. Leo, how are you feeling? Like I've been asleep forever. Well, you kinda have. I was out for a while too. Listen, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Did you feel it too? The rage? The sadness? It's okay to resent your mother, Leo. No, the feelings weren't mine. It was like dreaming someone else's dream. Well, I'm just saying it would make sense for you to feel that way. Pum, can you not? Not what? Transposition brought him abandonment, then put him in a coma. The tech is to blame, the world is to blame, his mother is to blame, and you... Not now. Stop it. You bloody know it's true. Fine, leave you to it. I've not been doing her with a British accent, but the particulars of that exchange suggest that I probably should have been. Those feelings, Were they yours? I don't think so. Something's chasing me across transpositions. It knocked us out, and what you felt may have belonged to that something. Someone. These feelings were someone's, not some things. They were so intense, so dark. And as a 13-year-old boy, I think that's so rad. Your resentment for your mother, it's not gone, is it? The operation failed. It's not. But after dreaming these feelings, I think I can manage it on my own. Turns out there can be suffering much deeper than mine. There's comfort in that. Yeah, I don't think it'd be reasonable for me to transpose you again anyway. Yeah, I'll pass. That's a very mature response from that kid. Alright. Ultra Thought has to undergo maintenance. We can't leave right away. And you know the deal. Earn reputation in Abaddon to obtain the right to sail further. This doesn't actually have anything new in it. What are you selling, my man? Purity. Purity is not cleansing. Cleansing is what I was looking for. I need a way to sometimes get effects off of me. Heals 0.51% more per 1% caster HP missing. And that's a pretty good version of that effect. It's such a weird amount. But I guess you get some of that when you have this like scaling situation. Alright, let's see what we can do for these people. And by what we can do for them, I mean what they can do for us, obviously. So not a lot of remarkable, like, patient levels here. Huh. These are both tier 4s. How come this guy is like 2.5 times as much XP? I don't know. That's weird. Phobophage gauntlets are kind of cool. What about the other tier 4? Somewhere in the neighborhood. Extra still catalysts, honestly, probably not a bad idea to allow us to rebuild a little bit. I think of these things, that's probably what I would take. All right, unrestrained aggression. Perfectly normal, unrestrained aggression. I think we can help with that, Noelle. Maybe. I'm sure hoping we can help with that. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Do we want to explore? Tier 4s are not quite as terrifying as they used to be, certainly. I don't super need another one of the rewards. Although I guess I wouldn't mind. Yeah, you know what? Let's do one. Tenacious Undeath. Okay. Yeah. Give me a real quick. Resist the next death blow, and that gets reapplied at the beginning of each turn, right? So basically, you have to double tap something to actually kill it. Okay. Well, at least the area's like large and open. I think that kind of plays to our strengths as much as it obviously is also very good for the discords. I really wish I could go around the far side of these boxes. Does breaking stuff necessarily alert the enemies? No. Do I want to... Because we could drop the Torment Bombardier now, and then we could break this next turn, drop something else, and, you know, prep. But like the whole point is at the beginning of the fight I can kill the Obstinate Thought really fast. Is there another one? Oh, where's the Tenacious is coming from? The Forgotten Ego? I I actually don't know where the Tenacious is coming from. I guess it doesn't super matter. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. I don't know if it matters where he go. Like, what is the 6 range? So it matters a little bit. I guess I'm going to throw him down, like, over here. Like, pretty far forward. That's annoying. Where y'all running to? I think we all know damn well that if I had made a move that was a little bit more toward the center, they all would have immediately run toward us. The cruelty, the brutality of it all. Can you believe it? This is probably another ranger situation. Maybe I do throw it down all the way out here. I mean, obviously, I would like to hit it with the shield. Yeah, I guess I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to step to there. Okay, you're going to prepare. So, of course, they're going to move. It's fine. At the very least, he'll still get some damage out of this. Did you really just choose not to discharge? Or, not to stockpile? You monster. Okay. Not only did he not do that, he stepped in front of me so that I wouldn't be able to... I was going to flick the Gloomy Impulse to start. That's a little bit less viable now than it was. This is not going to kill them. Alright, it's not horrible. I'm going to take this just to get it off the table. And then we're going to have to spend a point of awareness on repelling shock if I want it to work. It's only going to hit that one guy, but it does get rid of it. I'm going to do it. It's pretty decent damage. Also pretty decent damage. Now he remembers how stockpiling works. Alright, well, this is going to be rough. The enemies, of course, spread out in a pretty optimal way right before combat started. Knocking us all back into the burden. That's actually pretty impressive that he put down that burden in a position where it was not any good. Clearly with the intention of having the other enemies push us into it. It's more sophistication than I like to see from my foes. Okay, well, now they've broken it, so never mind. Now they look deeply foolish again. Alright, y'all just keep working, have fun, you know, enjoy yourselves. Did your discharge get broken? It did. He's no longer discharging because he was moved. That kind of makes you completely useless, actually. If I'm not mistaken. So let's step forward here. I would really like to... I guess I can put down the pillar in a position where it will destroy this thing. It'd be really great if it died on my turn, though, wouldn't it? Yeah. Sure would. Oh, that's right. Killing it'll give me an AP back. Right. That's actually pretty good, I think. So do I want to... If I cast this, what I was thinking is this guy's not doing anything terribly useful this turn anyway, since his attack got canceled. But what he is doing is blocking... Oh, well, he'll die at the end of his turn. So he's actually not blocking the leap. So, yeah, go ahead and put the pillar down then. And everybody's already capped out, so I'll move once the pillar has something to stockpile with. Fool, you do not need that. Interesting move. Oh, knocked it back, of course. Just far enough that I am no longer benefiting from the barrier. Well, I guess it's only... Oh, no, it is actually going to go off this turn because so much stuff has died. Oh, hey. Well, there you go. Never mind. Damn it. Mind again. Okay. Well, let's keep cycling summons. No reason not to, right? I probably do just want to blow that guy up if I can. I think I'm going to sit you here. Okay, well, you'll die at the beginning of your turn. That's good enough for me. And then I want to definitely step down to where I'm getting the barrier. I guess just punch this guy 3 times for incredibly small amounts of damage. Why is it so small? He has 15% resistance and then a massive vulnerability to this damage type. He also has thorns on. Right. Here's something for y'all to do. Alright, he took a fair amount of damage there. He's put thorns up on the dead one. That's interesting. Yeah, my pillar's dead here, but we're just about to be able to resummon the ranger, I think, so could be a lot worse. Alright. Thorns doing excellent work. This is really annoying. My plan could just be put this ranger down. Obviously, I want to shield again. And I guess what I don't want to do is move. So, yeah. Do this, just put the shield up. And then, like, is it worth also hitting you? Or do I think you're under control? I think I don't want to take the chance. Are you still thorned? You are. I will not throw the punch. Alright. Good enough. Kind of don't want to do anything. I should do something. I should cast just to make sure they have AP. I'm gonna Windy Blast. And then I'm gonna Horror Missile and kill this thing so that you get AP. And then I'm gonna let them do their thing. There we go. Yeah, heal me. That sounds lovely. Ooh, okay. Curious to see what that is. Also, got ourselves a couple of decent memories. Well, I don't love that sound. Let's just get back to the waymarked route, shall we? We know a thing or two about unrestrained aggression. Yeah, just real creepies. Congratulations on the creepiness. So... I do think I'm just going to open with this. I'm debating whether I want to put this down. So we can move to here. Well, actually, it'll have to be you. I was debating between the pillar and the bombardier, but the other stuff I want to do is going to cost 6 overall, so it really should be the one I can cast. Alright, please enjoy the sludge. I thought it was going to do damage and also sludge. Isn't that what it said? I feel like I got ripped off here. Yeah, well, we're just gonna... Wow, that didn't move me anywhere. That's fun. I mean, I guess there's some upside to that. So if we go like... Pillar here... Heal self. That's got them on 5 each. Why didn't you charge? He should have aimed. He's just trying to get me killed. Terrible, terrible work. I think maybe I just passed the turn with them only having that much up. Okay. So now, link myself out to here. I can't cast because of this small pile of burning corpses. Okay, I guess that I can see how that might affect visibility. But obviously it would be nice to be able to get that up on him. So y'all are at 5 again. You're gonna shoot. You're gonna have your thing go off. Like, maybe I just let it be 5. The thing is, if I cast Buckler, it ticks them over to getting to attack twice. But then they're attacking into Thorns and Shield and Barrier, and they'll die. Hopefully they'll die is what I can... Are you joking? I can't see shit. Okay, well... At least I can cast this here. The terrain blocking of this thing that is so small and short and in the middle of the square is ridiculous. Alright, that's enough for you to do your thing twice. Y'all are maxed out already. I may as well also throw a punch. I have line of sight. Come on now. Ridiculous. Fine. Alright. Got some barriers. We got some... Yeah, they're taking decent chunks of damage from the thorns. Didn't manage to get through to the real health. On me at least. That's good. Wow. That just straight up killed the pillar. I was not expecting that level of damage output. Because it's absurd. Okay, well... So these two have to die. That's got to be a high priority this turn. Alright, I'm going to summon the Bombardier here instead of the other guy, because I think there is some small chance the Bombardier can survive being shot at. I think if I summon the Ranger this turn, he's just going to end up dead. The Bombardier has a lot of HP, though. Alright, I have to move to here, I believe, to be able to hit them both with this. I spend a point of... Yeah, you know what? I'll spend the point. This might actually be lethal this way. Okay, great news. You're maxed out anyway. So I think, I mean, with that being the case, I think I'm going to try throwing this guy down way over here. And then the question is, do I move 2 tiles away or do I stack up more violence? How much of a choice was it, really? Oh. Alright, well. Did you do that? I think... Yeah, it's not hitting the memory. Excellent work. Alright, he's all the way over there being weird. You're at 6. So, for me to open up a path that the Ranger can move through, I could move 1... leave you at 7. I think that's what I'm gonna do instead of like teleporting out. Just try to get a little bit of an AP advantage going here. Can't get close enough to actually fire. What a bummer. Okay, I was gonna pillar anyway. It's fine. First of all, definitely doing that. Secondly, definitely doing this. And then there's some degree of hope coming off of this plan. There's a little... You might detect a whiff of hope. Here at 6. Maybe I'm better off just moving slightly, because I do want the pillar to have an AP, and right now it's not going to get one. It leaves you at 7 again against my Ranger having a full... Because I can't get the pillar to be able to cast. I will take a 1 step. Pretty good start. Yep. Wow, the wound. Okay, you did get to cast. It's not entirely clear to me why he got so much AP there. Did something get destroyed? I guess there must have been entities destroyed and all that. Okay, so obviously this is very bad. You're going to get a discharge in 1 point. You need... Okay, so I'm going to step here. You need 2 more AP to be able to go off. So I think I'm going to just do this. I think I'm gonna do awareness mode. Remember, we get back a lot more awareness on projectile attacks, or on awakened attacks. So we'll do that just to make sure that dude's gone. I'm trusting the pillar to have this one under control. Yep. That's the whole thought, just trusting. Okay. Things went well enough. Please don't kill me. Thank you. His aggression is very high. So you have 2 turns left on your fleeting because of the mark bonus. Mark has fallen off though. Alright, I'm going to teleport to here, reapply the mark. Daze doesn't hit. The wound does, though, and the wound is actually, like, very powerful here. Give us a little bit of help, and then I can throw a punch. Just because we're at 7 AP here. And he's maxed out already. There's no reason not to use the punch. There we go. We're stacking the damage up. I have enough awareness that I will survive having to onk again. Okay, his rally is merciless, but he also only has 2,400 health left, and I'm honestly wondering if we can just kill him. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to throw this up, and then I'm just going to punch the rest of my AP out, and we're gonna try to actually just ride this into the ground. That's not gonna work. Well, I can't teleport. There's not much I could do about it. No, fuck it. We're riding it into the ground. Maximum effort, everybody. I mean, it's a lot of damage. So close, so close. Well, we survive. Still don't have the teleport, which is a real shame. You are 4 turns left on your fleeting. Yeah, and the way that skill interacts with automata who get to fire twice a turn, the extra turn on hitting mark thing is so powerful. So I think I've probably got him. Maybe? Like, if I move to right here, I'm gonna try it. Perhaps it is unwise. And I don't know that I'm gonna get a lot of backup on this, but I think I've got him. So we go Awakened Wasp thing. Kill some nerds here, get me some more AP. And sure enough, it has left him at 22 health. Okay. I was a little worried, if I'm honest. And I spent that blue cross, and I feel like I did not, or the blue onk, and I feel like I did not get an effect out of it that was really any better than spending a green onk, but, you know, what are you going to do? Sometimes you get a random result. All right, extra still catalyst. This is the thing I care about. A critical learning point was earned. Got ourselves some tokens and stuff, which obviously we need very badly. Definitely taking this. The sycophant rags are kind of a neat idea. It's very difficult for me to imagine switching to a coat that doesn't have a very large amount of discipline on it, but I do think it's probably better. Well, that's a days 2, isn't it? Yeah, give me the days 2. I don't think we've got one of those yet. We certainly have a 1. Okay, so this rogue automaton. Total pain and fear damage up. Massive plus power to strike effects. Yo, yeah, putting like a decent fear strike on this thing actually seems very powerful potentially. And it's got so much room for effects. That's really interesting. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. All that work for 10 reputation. Can you believe it? Have you noticed them? Short shadows hiding in the fog. I have. Sick people? Well, this place has grown a bit of a reputation while you were off. Rumor has it that addicts leave their kids here before going wantless. You're saying they're kids? Well, the shadows are short, and the rumor didn't mention anything about sick people. Proud of being a transposer yet? Fuck off. It does feel like, like why would now be the time that you would take that take, right? Alright, the Alter Thought is, in theory, ready to sail again. That is a fair amount of additional shards. I feel pretty okay about that. Expelling is interesting. -3 discipline cost for each slotted effect. So this could be up to 12%. Plus power to hyper empathy and vulnerability effects. I'm not gonna buy it. It's interesting. Even if I could afford it, I don't think I would buy it, but it's interesting. Here, obviously, we are taking the ability to have all 3 of our summons out at once. How often is that actually going to come up? I think fairly often, especially if we can actually get the if we can get hits landing on marked enemies, if we can get the barriers actually protecting people. I think it's going to be meaningful. And then we're kind of like headed this way into some of this debuff stuff. It might be worth spending a couple of points to get totems have Magnify 1, and then converting that pillar totem back to a rod totem so that we can reclaim some of our discipline in that way. We also have enough tokens that we could definitely play with those gloves some more. Enemies are hasted is a pretty scary one, if I'm honest. Enchants tiles with flow, making their traversal cost no action points. Fairly low discipline cost. I mean, it's a pretty scary thing to do when, the way that's worded, it seems like it would work for all of our enemies as well as our own units. But it is cool that it will work for, the summons and stuff, not just for me. That's interesting. Do you make a 3-range dash effect out of this with a discipline weight of 4? That's kind of neat. Yeah, none of these are particularly compelling. They're all pretty whatever jobs. Holy crow, look at how bad the XP payout is on Seraphina. That is wild. Bonus power on targets affected by Mark with a purity effect. Why does that need to be so specific? I guess it's a lot of bonus power. Our current one of those has bonus power from something, right? Yeah, plus 56% damage on targets affected by Mark without any nonsense. All right, so if I were to take Windy Blast off of here, we have nearly 2,000 discipline to play with. I might I'll tell you what, I'm not going to run us another episode or another case starting 50 minutes into the episode. I'm going to play with the rogue automaton body in the simulator a little bit, see what that's like, and also fiddle with our discipline. I might turn we might end up with just like a 4th automaton on the bar, which I think is not a horrible idea with us having the ability to have 3 live at any one time. And his discipline weight's not like super high. But I am curious. I'm curious what the rogue has to offer. Yeah, and I'll optimize stuff. I'll do the boring stuff off camera. All the numbers work. And then We'll take on some patients. We'll hit a new threshold. We'll get some story stuff going. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.